Then God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an idol, or any likeness of what is in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the water under the earth. You shall not worship them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children on the third and the fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing loving kindness to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not leave him unpunished who takes his name in vain.
There is a very good reason why God starts with these 3 commands. Have no other gods, make no idols, and do not use the Lord's name in vain. These 3 commands are primarily about how we relate to God, and that God's people should be focused on him above all things. This is something that has echoed throughout the whole Bible. So God, as he speaks these commands, is highlighting who he is and where the hearts of the people of God should be. If the focus of the heart is off, then it is pointless trying really hard to obey the other commandments. It is in our heart that we rise or fall. Before God starts his list of commandments, he reminds the people of their salvation from Egypt. God is basically saying, I gave you your salvation. I am the one true God. I am the one that should always be before you. Remember my love for you and the lengths I went to rescue you from those who oppressed and enslaved you. I had compassion and mercy for you. This is the premise and foundation of all the commandments. God is a faithful God who, in great love, saves, protects, and provides for his people. God should not and will not share us. We are his and he is ours. At least that's how it should be. All throughout scripture, we see this picture of the relationship between God and his people, likened to that of a marriage. The relationship should be intimate, close, loving, and exclusive. A healthy marriage leaves no space for shared hearts. We cannot love our wives and husbands while pursuing the love, attention, and affection of other women or men, or giving our love, attention, and affection to others. If your spouse who you love deeply acted in that way, then the correct emotional response is jealousy. This isn't some petty teenage jealousy, that fighting over a crush that you might have. This is about the breaking down of a covenant loving relationship that we are part of in the union of marriage. If a spouse violates that and has given themselves over to someone else, then it is right, even righteous, to be jealous. This is why God says he is a jealous God. He has entered into a covenant union relationship with a people, and he will not share that space with anything or anyone. He alone is God. He alone should have our whole hearts of worship. So at the beginning, God is making it abundantly clear that we who follow him should be completely for him. The hearts of men and women are always worshipping something, whether we realize it or not. It's how we've been made. So these first commandments are all about making sure that our focus is in the right place for our worship. Our gaze should be firmly fixed on God, but sometimes we choose to give parts of our heart over to other things. These can then become objects of worship and therefore take the place of the one true God in our lives. These could be anything from success, money, sex, family, to position, entertainment, food, so many other things. And these can be different depending on our cultural context. As our eyes and hearts turn to these other idols, these other areas of worship, it grieves God. It breaks the relationship. This is painful for all, and it is not good for us in any way either. For God's people, there is always anxiety, pain, spiritual depression, unfulfillment, and wrong expectations when our hearts are given to anything other than the one true God. This was true of the nation of Israel, and it is true for the church today. But when we are aligned correctly to God, and with Him and Him alone at the forefront of our minds as our point of focus of worship, then the relationship can be strong, it can flourish, and we will find strength, provision, fullness of life, perfect peace, and boundless joy. It is from this right posture and walking out these first 3 commandments that really acknowledge God's lordship, that we can truly learn to follow the other commandments and love others well. He is the one true God. He should have our whole heart. This has to be the chief commandment. Jesus summed up all the commandments by saying, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." This is the great and foremost commandment. And from this, Jesus can establish the second great commandment: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. God isn't petty. God isn't some insecure or needy partner. God is sovereign, Lord over all creation. And the commandments start us off with that mindset. He is Lord of Lords, and the desire of this mighty King is to be in exclusive relationship with us, His people. Everything flows from this place of relationship with Him. At the start of a discipleship journey, my encouragement would be to take these first commands seriously, because so many of the areas we struggle with in our lives could be resolved if we were to tear down some of the idols in our life that take a position in our hearts that should be reserved for God alone. Then in Him and through Him, we will have freedom and fullness. Just in closing, let's focus on the third command: not to take the Lord's name in vain. What does God mean by this? The language is maybe a little unfamiliar. Some translations would say, do not misuse the name of the Lord. The obvious thought for this is simply, do not blaspheme. Don't use Jesus Christ as a swear word, or, oh my God, as an exclamation point. It is true that we should not do these things. The name of the Lord is holy and should be honored. What God is saying in the context of the first 2 commandments, though, is take this seriously. Don't just say you follow God with your words, but in secret you don't. Don't just say you love God when your heart is given to other things. When we receive our salvation, as the people of Israel did from Egypt physically, but we have done more miraculously through Jesus, we need to live a different life in union relationship with a mighty and holy God. We are God's people, and we should live as God's people, not like everyone else, but as people with an eternal promise. There are eternal consequences for the choices that we make, both for the good and the bad. So don't pretend. Don't pay lip service to it. Don't put on a show or wear a mask or try to be a good churchgoer. We are disciples, and our commands are not to do this in vain. Be the new creation you are. Don't go to church on a Sunday, but in the week join in with the world in blasphemy and idolatry. He is Lord over everything, and it is our responsibility to make sure this truth is firmly established in our hearts. Simply love God fully, completely, because He loves you completely and perfectly.